Welcome, Cancer, to your monthly horoscope for January, for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol on the desktop version of YouTube. Well, it's a glittering alliance of planets in your 7th solar house as this new year begins. This is the part of your scope to do with your relationships, to do with how you interact with people, where you set your boundaries, where you want to step forwards and engage with others, but also where you may want to be more competitive. And Jupiter, the planet of growth, is in this sector for the first time in 12 years. Now, this gives you a chance to think afresh, not just about what you need, about what you expect from others, but also perhaps understanding more about how others perceive you and what they may require from you. So Jupiter, the planet of expansion, is forging an alliance with Mercury, the planet of thought and talk, as this year begins. And this is going to give you a brilliant ability to be upbeat, but also incredibly positive about how you come across to others. And the duo are forging a tremendous alliance with Uranus, the planet of surprises, of the unexpected, of restlessness, which has been in your sector of friendship for most of last year and part of the year before. So if you have found in the 5 months of 2018 and from March to the end of the year last year that you were reassessing your longer term objectives, the type of people you hang out with, the type of friendships you have, it really wouldn't be a surprise. But these two are forging such a positive angle to Uranus, it suggests that something new and fresh is shaping up in your world. Now, this could be a particular individual relationship. It could be that you're re-engineering a long-standing personal tie to make it come into the present, and that may mean from some fresh approaches, changing routines, just trying to get a greater understanding of how you do share energy, time, even affection with one another. But as this year begins, Jupiter is also pretty closely allied to the Sun, and the Sun conjunct Jupiter is one of the most positive alliances of all. And this is going to hearten you, give you strength and fortitude for what you want to achieve in the next year. But equally, Mars, the planet of drive and passion, is in your sister water sign of Scorpio, where it is enormously flamboyant and exuberant. And this is going to see you emanating a really lovely energy, and it can give you a greater sense of self-confidence, certainly around your appearance, and you may want to be much more creative as you burst your way into January. But the moon in the sign of Pisces is alongside Neptune. Neptune is all about the shimmering way in which we absorb energy in perhaps a non-tangible manner. So more about our senses, more about the arts, photography, film, spirituality, growth, travel. All these things can be blessed, and you're going to have a mesmeric ability to soak up wherever you go throughout this month, but I feel for much of this year, if you give this energy the chance to really play out. But also Venus, the planet of relating, is in a very deep and passionate part of your scope. This can be good for finances in a practical way, but also it's seeing you want to achieve some kind of deeper meaning around your relationships. So it's not just about lovely, friendly and exuberant chit-chat. You could find yourself wanting to really have time, spend time with those situations or people which really make you feel alive at a much deeper spiritual level within your being. But if we take the midpoint between the moon and the sun in Capricorn, it does actually put this right beside Venus. So I think the 8th house, what you share, what you invest in, your longer term financial future, more sensual aspects of your situation, your desires are going to be very important this month. And some of these could be around a romantic interaction. It may not be in your life as you begin this year, but it is part of the thing that you could find yourself wanting. Then again, maybe you want some kind of transformation in an existing relationship so it becomes much deeper, more meaningful, much closer. Or you could want to bring something to a close. It just depends on your unique circumstances. Now, the point of the issue of closure comes from the energy of Saturn, which of course is in your 7th house, has been for 2 years. And it's perhaps made relationships at times quite testing over that period. It's also going to be exactly alongside Pluto, the planet of transformation, from the 6th through to the 13th of this month. Now, of course, all this is building towards when they go into a direct conjunction with the Sun and Mercury on the 12th and the 13th. But before then, on the 3rd, Mars relocates into the sign of Sagittarius. This is going to give you a shot of extra physical vitality. On the 7th, Jupiter goes alongside the South Node. If there is giving that you've done freely with your spirit, your generosity, your heart in the past, some kind of wonderful event can come into focus at this time, and it can be very enhancing. But the annular lunar eclipse in your sign on the 10th is going to be in opposition to this gathering of energy in Capricorn. And I think this is the critical point. If a relationship has run its course, it's come to the end of what you can possibly invest anymore, this is going to be the time when you do start to let go. Now, this letting go may not be a particularly easy process, but the truth of your relationships is really going to call out to you, especially from the 14th when Venus makes its way into Pisces. On the 17th, Mercury into Aquarius. On the 21st, the Sun into Aquarius, followed by the new moon of the 24th. Because what they're going to be doing, these changes, these ingresses, is asking you to get beneath the surface. It's not what people are saying to you that counts, it's what they really mean. And you're going to have an uncanny knack of really sensing where people are being sincere, where they're being really in touch with your deeper motives and you're in touch with theirs. Because the 7th house, quite frankly, can be flagged up as being all about partnership, but it's also about the area of life where we have known opposition. This could be a colleague that we find tricky to get on with. It could be a business rival. It could be someone we play tennis or badminton or squash with. But some kind of rival, or is it just your need to step forwards and engage with life, step out of your shell and be much more clear about what you will or won't accept, rather than withdrawing, which can be a tendency of Cancerian people? I think this is entirely possible. So the growth, the change, or the ending could be in your own relationship with how you relate in general, rather than a particular partnership or relationship entity. It can be that spiritual. But the change that comes through this month is going to be so transformational for you, so wonderful potentially, because it's clearing the way for you to engage much more with people in the situations that really, really count. And in that sense, it's a deep purpose that you're developing throughout January. If you'd like to know what 2020 would hold for you beyond your zodiac sign, based on your time, date and place of birth, you can order your forecast for the next year and receive 30% off by clicking the link beneath this video. But for now, thank you so much for joining me. Good luck and goodbye.